Like your shirt.
Okay, everybody ready, guys? Tell me when you're ready. Ready? Okay, all right. First of all, it feels great to be out there with our team. It was hot today. That was good. We took plenty of breaks, but really the main thing is pushing through and getting ready to practice. The number one goal we have is everyone meet the standard, our standard, championship standard. You know, I've said before, we got our core group that's back. We got 16 new transfers. We got new freshmen, and it's just about mental and physical toughness, fighting through alignment, being able to focus, great body language, and just really being able to count on each other. I mean, that's the number one thing. The X's and O's aren't near as important early in fall camp as far as just being setting the standard. And I thought for the most part, there's some good information. We need to get better in a couple areas, but I thought for the most part, the guys have been with us. Tried to set the example with that. We rotated 3 groups. I mean, we let everybody get in there and get reps for the most part. Our quarterbacks, they got even reps. Our first 2 quarterbacks got even reps with the 1s and the 2s. And that was by design. You know, as far as that goes, we'll continue to do that, through at least the next 2 weeks and just evaluating everything as we go. But overall, like I said, I'm pleased that we were able to learn the things we needed to, especially about our new guys. Some of the guys were the very first time to practice with them that transferred in, and we learned a lot about those guys. Questions?
So, Coach, you got the first full year under your belt there. You're going into practice. You've taken the inventory. You had the spring practice before. You had extra time to recruit like your hair was on fire, and that impact has been seen. But now taking the field for the first practice in the fall here, what extra excitement is there knowing that there's less time taking inventory, that it's time to attack?
Yeah, I mean, we should be light years ahead when we're this time last year. I really think we are. The biggest challenge we got, like I said, is just coming together as a team and getting the new guys, plugged in and being able to not only execute, but like we said, just understand our standards. So anytime you rotate everybody, okay, there's a lot of moving parts that goes with that. We'll have another day of helmets only, and then we'll go pads. The third day, usually when pads come on, you can really learn a lot more, from an execution standpoint and everything that goes with that.
You said you gathered some good information. What can you learn on the first day of fall camp?
Well, I think for the new guys, we think they've done this before, they've done that before. There's nothing like getting out there with the new guys and getting out in front of a coach. How's he going to respond to coaching? Is he going to be able to execute the play? And a lot of times you can just evaluate the skill set that either you thought you had or different than you had. And so that's always good for the first day.
Coach, I know there was a rule change this summer where you were allowed to be on the field with the guys with the ball. Was it like 2 hours a week? How did those practices work, and how beneficial was that so you're not running blind coming into August?
Yeah, it was very, very beneficial for our quarterbacks, our receivers, and so, we should be at a higher level the first day than ever before. And I think we were at a certain point, but we were very specific and expecting to be perfect out there to day one, when normally you're just trying to get their feet right, you're trying to get the depth and all that. But that was a huge advantage for our quarterbacks and really our receivers.
Coach, during AAC Media Day, you said that Mikey Keene looked much improved from last season. In what ways?
Way stronger. He's a little faster. He's got, a year under his belt experience. You got to understand, if you're a true freshman thrown into the fire, 4th game, and you're having to worry about the opponent and scheme and everything. This off season's been good for him to get bigger, stronger, faster, and just that experience factor. He's seen a lot, and spring was really good, and so you can just tell he's a lot more confident guy than he was last year.
Coach, you mentioned that the linebacker core among the younger units on the field, and certainly a situation where it's kind of the focus to improve them at this point. But what's kind of the philosophy or approach? Anything different during this practice to focus on?
Yeah, because I think that's a great point. Jeremiah, we have him back. He's got experience. He's the only guy right now that's healthy, has experience, and so the other guys, I think they're very talented. And Coach Williams is strategically giving those guys a shot, and we're trying to be simple enough where they can play fast, so we can evaluate them, show them what we can do. I do think we got some talent. We just need to, hopefully by the second scrimmage, we'll start separating ourselves and all that. But Coach Williams has some options that he feels really good about.
You already talked about Mikey Keene. How did John Rice Plumlee look out there today?
Yeah, good. You can tell that he's improved since the last day of spring. He's more confident. He knows where to go with the ball. He's throwing the ball on balance, and Like I said, I mean, you can tell both those guys improved since spring.
Obviously, summer's an important time for strength and conditioning. Has anyone stood out? Any body transformations of guys that you look maybe at last year and like, man, that guy looks a lot different today?
Jordan Johnson, that kind of stands out to me. I mean, of course, he was battling a knee injury last year, as far as that goes. But he's doing a good job, and there's more. There's other guys who are doing a good job.
Coach, the background at your welcome yesterday said "seize the moment."
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, we got an opportunity. We have a team that is talented. We got our staff that is back for the most part. We got an opportunity. It's about seizing the moment. What we have before us, it's not going to be easy. We're going to get everybody's best shot. We got to come together as a team, but that's what we're talking about.
Coach, I know that obviously the big talking points are quarterback and linebacker, but besides that, what's the biggest question you want to get answered here during preseason?
I think defensively it's our linebackers. I mean, I think that's really the number one thing defensively. Offensively, it's the quarterback position. We'd like to name a starter, and so really that's the two things that are high priority.
Bunch of transfers. How does the guy like Javon Baker add to your wide receiver room, even though you have Ryan O'Keefe and some of those other
Yeah, he's a
guys?
veteran guy. He comes from a good program. He's a veteran guy that's a confident guy, and he's talented.
Coach, you said with the new rule changes and the way you were getting together with the guys over the summer and stuff, you were ahead today. How do you think that will translate to better play on opening day?
Yeah, the teams that spent the time to do it, the quarterback development should be higher than ever. I think it's great for college football, and I know it was super for us, and we continue to use those 2 hours a week even during our coach's vacation. And there's nothing like getting out there with your quarterback and the specific throws and timing and everything that goes with it to teach them, and then the drills you work with them.
Coach, there's been a lot of positive recruiting momentum in recent days this past month. Just kind of talk about that. I mean, I think someone retweeted, your press conference about a year ago, how you're going to recruit, like your hairs up, and you're going to recruit Orlando like crazy. We're seeing that. Just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, it's setting up like our plan was. Our goal is to make it popular to come here. And in the past, the big timer guys, it wasn't popular. Now it's starting to, and the dominoes are starting to fall. And if we take care of business on the field, everything is set. It's set up in a great way. So you talk about seize the moment. That's another way to seize the moment. It's bigger than just winning games, and you think program-wise and everything that goes with it. But things are going great. It's going to get nothing but better, and that's the fun and exciting thing for our staff and our program.
Recently, SEC head coach Eli Drinkwitz said of you, quote, "Gus is a dreamer and a builder." Sums that up pretty well for you. What do you think of that?
Well, he used to be my volunteer assistant at Springdale High School, and and then he was a GA and my running back coach. So we know each other well. But he's a dreamer too. I mean, players want to dream. Everybody wants to dream, and that's what we'll do around here. And it was before I got here. It was about winning championships with this program. So it was a really easy transition for me. But Eli's a champ in his own right, and I think he'll do real well this year.
Your wife announced the other day she's got her own Beyond Game Day podcast.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Are you going to be the first guest?
Well, yeah, I'm the first guest. We've been talking all the way through COVID about using our influence in a positive way, and so I've been trying to encourage her for a time. She's really good one-on-one. She's really good with groups, but I just think she's got great influence and can help coaches' wives, and there's not a lot of resources out there. So I'm really excited for her. I'm going to be the first guest, so that I know that's not great, but first guest, and then she's got a lineup of some really good coaches' wives I think people will enjoy. But I'm excited for her, and I think she's going to do great.
So that's good.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. All right. Thank you.